Okay, guys, so if you are watching, I am playing Supremacy 1914. Give me just a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So you're watching. Good. You're watching. All right. Oh, wait. Nope. Wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so you're watching me play Supremacy 1914. And this is my game. So I'm the green. I started out as South Canada. I started out with just a small little section here, right here, about here. And then I attacked Central Canada and then Northern Canada, and I took all that. I also took Greenland, and I think that's Iceland. I don't know the countries, areas in Iceland, but I think that's Iceland. Anyway, so now I was in alliance with Southern United States, who took Southern United States took Central USA, and that we were in alliance, but then he jumped out randomly and then just kept taking territory. So I'm like, you know what? You don't want to be in alliance with me? Fine. So after I took Greenland and Iceland, I then like, bro, I'm going to take your territory. So I started here and I attacked him and took all the territory. So now is what's happening. I am bringing my plane over here to this position so I can attack this base right there from the air. I'm building a railroad here so I can bring my this is my rail gun, which you see that white circle is the border. Once I can get that closer, because it's literally right on the edge of that territory, but once I finish building the railroad, I can then bring it closer and then just destroy this base, and this base, which then I can then move my troops in. And with my plane and the railgun, I can attack this base as well and take that. I'm not attacking Northern United States because I did send a message forever ago saying, hey, I'm not interested in your territory. Now, after I take Southern United States, I might actually decide just to go for, full global domination and take the whole Northwest continent. But for now, I haven't attacked him. I've left him alone, whatever. But anyway, so I'm attacking. I'm going to, right now it's taking time because I have to get my resources. But I've got one one artillery that's on. It's 4 hours and 40 minutes from being made here. That'll give me 2 artillery cannons, and they have a range about this far, so that if he does come at me, once he gets within that circle, I can start attacking him with it. And I'll have a second one soon, which is even better, while I'm waiting on my railroad to be built. Now, over here, I've been constantly attacking and bombarding his capital, and this is Richmond. I've been attacking that with my battleships, and you can see it's really cool. You see the little balls that'll fly up through the air and land in the territory. There they go. Bam, bam. See, it's pretty cool, right? So I'm attacking. I'm attacking Washington. Actually, I'm attacking the troops that he keeps trying to send there. I don't know why he keeps doing it. There's no point. He's literally walking his troops into a massacre because he can't get to my ships in time. One of the fun things about this game is it takes things under consideration. It's actually very realistic. Moving times they're not realistic as far as real life. If you were going across states, it would take more than 48 hours or, 30 minutes, as it were, depending on it, to get your troops across the entire state. But, it still takes time, and it's more of a laid-back game. So if you want to do something, you have to plan ahead and then get everything set, then move, because it takes time. Your opponents can see you moving if they have radar within your area. So they can also then say, oh, well, like I can see him, he's coming here. They can then react and put troops there to intercept you. So it does take some pre-planning, but it's a fun game. Now, he's sending guys up here. I don't know why he's sending guys up here, unless he's going to try to send them up further north, but that is what he is doing. Now, I am relocating my 2 battleships and one of my subs over here, because once they are in that position, and I'll tap on it, you can see the dotted circle. That's where their aiming area is going to be. I can further protect this area because I don't really have any defense over this area. So here I have defense because I've got my rail gun, and if he comes this way, if he goes south, I can get coverage. Plus I have the coverage from the I can move my artillery up that line or to the right to, pivot as I need to. But over here, I don't really have defense on this other than this artillery, which is located right on the base. So if he comes within that circle and he gets in my territory, he slows down. Another thing that's cool about this game is if you put soldiers in the water, like in the ocean, they immediately are weaker and slower because they can't fight you like on the ground. They are in a utility transport boat kind of thing, and they have like maybe a machine gun in real life, so they don't have a big attack. They don't have a big defense either. So very early on when I started attacking him, he kept sending his troops out in the water to my battleships, and they were just getting massacred because they lose defense and they have next to no attack. So even if he did get to my battleship, if you look at my battleship, it is the attack. If you look at the bottom in the middle, it says it has a movement speed of 30, an attack of 12, and a defense of 12. That's 2 battleships. There's 6 each. When he gets in the water, now your attack and defense is based on what unit it is. If it's a soldier, if it's an armored car, a light tank, a heavy tank, blah, 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 blah. But once you get in the water, that drops to like 1/4 of what it is normally. So even if he had 100 troops, say he had 100 troops, for example, here's 159 troops, and I do have an armored car and an artillery cannon there. But anyway, my attack is 14, my defense is 15. So once he gets in the water, his attack might be like 3, if he had that many troops. The fewer troops you have, of course, the less your attack you have. So here is my game, and here's what I'm doing. So much fun. I have about 16 minutes till my airplane is at the appropriate place. See that little flag there? That's my the place for my aerodrome, which is basically an airplane landing strip, where you can launch planes. Now, that is the range of the fighter jet. You see the big circle, the white circle? It's pretty far. So once I get in position, like I said, I can attack this guy right there. But furthermore, I'm actually up here on my territory, right here. Right here, sorry. I'm building a bomber. Now, I don't know the range for the bomber, but just based on real life, mechanics and physics, bombers usually have a farther distance than regular fighter jets because they can hold more fuel because they're usually bigger. They're generally slower, but yes. So here is my strategy. Once I get that done, just like with this plane, I'm going to move it down here. Now, and hopefully with the understanding it has a farther range, I will be able to hit these guys as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it has big enough range to do that. I don't know. It might not. So, in the meantime, here, I actually have in the plans... Do I? Do I not? I do. Okay. I have in the plans... Oh, did I take it? Oh, I took it off. Let me add it back. Okay. So, after I finish upgrading my fortress, because I'm not going to do much upgrading for that fortress right now. It's already level 5. I'm just repairing it right now, so I can't upgrade it past 5. But once I finish with that, my next step is to build an aerodrome. So that I now have a new location to launch my fighter and bomber. Now you see here, he has territory there, and they both have aerodromes. But if you click on them, it shows what buildings they have built. He has a workshop, but he doesn't have a factory. A factory is needed to build planes. You have to have a level 2 factory to build a fighter and a level 3 factory to build a bomber. Now, you don't know what level they are, so he could have that. But he recently sent a light tank up here to this position right there. Okay, so the fact that he's building a light tank which if you go to any position, you can just click on it and say build unit. If you click on not light tank, a tank or a heavy tank. A tank has requirements that you have to have a level 1 factory. So if he's just making a standard tank, that is a good indicator that he only has a level 1 factory. And per this little thing, you cannot build a fighter, or you can. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. Yes, so he, with a level 1 factory, he can build fighter planes, not jets, because it's 1914. But he can't build a bomber, which is good news. Or can he? He can. Okay, never mind. I'm totally wrong. He could have bombers. Okay, so as I was telling my friend Lee Aaron, actually, those were the 2 areas out of all of the areas that he had that I was actually worried about, for the sheer fact that he could have bombers and fighters. They have range. They don't do a lot of damage, but they can definitely whittle down your forces as you're trying to attack in an aggressive manner. So if I were to move, say, my units from here to, say, this position, and he had the range like that plane, remember I clicked on it? Right, that's a big circle. So realistically speaking, if I take that circle here and then I move it, realistically, he probably, if he has fighters, he could attack my base right here, right now. He could do that if he has fighters. I don't know if he has fighters. He might not have done it. One of the benefits and why I started to do it very soon is the more territory you have, if you look at the very top of the screen, those are my levels of current resources. Now, the more territories you have, the more resources you gain. And, like I'm doing now, the more things you can sell for money. And once you have more money, you can buy resources you are lacking. As you see at the very top, looks like a piece of corn. That's grain. I am at it's red because I tend to use more than I can produce. Same thing for coal, which is the next one that's red to the right, and gas. You can change the ways that your energy and food consumption are being used. The problem is certain types of units use certain types of resources. And I have not gained enough territory that produces grain, which you know what each territory produces because each territory has a symbol right next to the base. This one produces oil. So, until I get more territories that produce grain, for example, this one uses grain, that one produces grain. Any more? I just took this one, which produces grain, so that helped my intake. But anyway, what you can do next is you can also modify and tweak your consumption of resources. Since I have tons of coastal areas, I get tons of fish. So even though my grain is to the minimum consumption, it's still negative 298 units per hour. So I do have to sell things that I have a surplus for, like I did with wood, and therefore use that money to buy more food, specifically grain. Also, I have to buy coal. I have to buy gas because let's look at my energy usage. I use a lot of coal and not so much gas. Right now I have a surplus. I've tweaked it to where I can actually gain oil because my oil can't go any lower. That's as low as it can go. So if I use a little bit more oil, I'll have a negative for oil and a negative for gas. Let me show you, like this. So if I change this, it fluctuates. See, like that, right? Since I don't have a lot of each, I'm going to try to put it about here. That's about what it was. Now I can do this, which would lower that one. But I don't have a lot of oil. So I'm trying to grow it without having another way that I have to. I think it was something like that. I don't remember what I had it at. I'll do it like that. I'm still using more coal, but I have 60K right now, which isn't a lot to be honest, but you can periodically sell things. So I'm going to sell some fish. I don't need them. I've got tons. I have 49,000 units of fish. I'm going to sell a bunch of fish. You don't get a lot of money for it. Believe it or not, the most valuable resource is grain, really. But there we go. It's in the blue, so it still is growing because I didn't change it. But now I have 234k gold. Can I sell any more wood? Has that come back? No. But I can now buy coal. Since my gas is growing and my oil is growing, I can buy coal. 17. Now I'm at 20k. That'll last me a good minute. Now I'll also buy some food. 193. Sure, I'll buy a whole bunch of it. 25k. Okay, that's tons. So now I am set. This guy is an idiot. He keeps sending troops to random locations that are under fire, like this one. He sent this guy here. Let me make sure I'm attacking the right person. Boop. So yeah, he keeps sending people to these death zones, as I call them, because he can't get to my battleships without dying. And my battleships aren't moving. I'm not putting them anywhere else. Why would I do that? I have 2 of his bases, including Washington, his capital. So if he puts troops there, they get destroyed by my battleships. But he just keeps sending more and more and more troops to just get massacred. It's totally idiotic. Obviously, I can't get my battleships really any closer to land because there's no water. So I can't get further in past this. So you think he would stop sending his troops. See, that's what he's doing with these guys. He's sending them over there like an idiot. So I would keep my troops here at this location and that location. I would build a super base. I would then build a workshop, or I would have one workshop like he has here, and I would start cranking out artillery. Maybe even build a railgun like I have here, because the railgun has a crazy far range. With a railgun, he could stand a chance against sinking my ships. Or, well, he does have right here. What does he have there? Does he have a factory? No, he has a workshop. See, you can only build battleships at a dock, which is what that little thing is, but you have to have workshops. My place that I do that from is right here. I have it maxed out pretty much. Now you see those little symbols in the bottom left? That's where it shows what you have. I have an airfield. I have a level 5 fortress. I have a railroad. I also have a harbor, boat dock, harbor. And that is where you build ships. So I already have 4 battleships. I'm not really worried about it. I did find out in the news that, I think it was yesterday's day? Yeah. So this is Russia now has a railgun. And Russia is here. Way far away from me, but as you can see, they've taken a substantial part. Well, actually, they really haven't. They haven't taken much territory. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They haven't taken any territory. They're still 10. The person that I'm worried about the most is Italy. This is Italy. From here all the way over here. See that white squiggly line? That is the border. Italy has all of this. They are technically number 2. That's number 2. I'm number 1. Yes. Number 1! I'm number 1 in the sack race run! Yes, I'm number 1. So, this is the game. Now, the point of this game, it's just like Risk. Global domination and alliances. If you have an alliance with somebody, you get points. Look at he's moving even more people. This guy's stupid. But anyway, so I have 273 points. You win if you get 1,000. Okay? So see, it says 27% towards victory. Now it also shows my stats. I have 47 different territories. My average morale is 93%. Your morale is basically the health of your units. Depending on the type of unit, you have to put them in special locations to gain health. Now I also have 1,849,000 troops. If you count all of the specialty units like the railgun, the ships, those all count. I'm at war with 2 different countries. Denmark, because I attacked Iceland. I attacked Iceland. And so they are. But Southern United States, because, you know, he pissed me off. Denmark is right here. That's Denmark. That's what's left. Not a lot. And I really, until I completely conquer the entire northwest continent and over here, I'm not even going to head this way. Now, once I do, you have to kind of be strategic. At first, I was thinking about attacking this place here because it's not a very big country. Plus, it has lots of coal. See, that's double coal. That means extra coal. Or oil. Sorry, oil. And fish. I don't need fish, but still. The reason I don't want to do that is it borders 2 different countries. This one and this one. Now I click on one, I just click on a territory because you can't click on the country directly. But if I take this area, based on the fact that they see I've taken all this over, they could both attack me. You don't want to have a fight of war on 2 separate fronts, which is proven over and over again by history. That is not that I was rooting for Hitler in any way, but that is part of why Hitler started to lose World War II, because he then started to fight a war with Russia and England and the United States on a different front. So he had 2 to 3 different war fronts where he was still defending. So he had to separate his troops, like this guy is, on all sides, and he couldn't put up a strong enough defense. Hence, whenever I attack somebody, I do it 1 territory at a time. And I do it in a smart way. See these little roads here? You got to use those to your advantage. If you're going to attack someone, attack them with long-range weapons. That way, if they want to stop you, they have to travel down this road all the way to you. Meanwhile, the entire time, depending on the artillery, if this one has this much range, or the railgun, you can literally attack the crap out of them. Oop. Oh, my plane's almost there. Yes! 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. Ah, so close. Okay, anyway, you can then attack them basically the entire time they're walking. A benefit is enemies slow down when they are in your territory, which is great, because then they are walking slowly. Meanwhile, they're getting attacked constantly the entire time they're going along the road to try to get to you, just to keep you from attacking them further. So they could start with 150,000 troops, and by the time they get to you, they may only have 50,000 or less, depending on how much artillery you have backing you up. Plus, see this base right here? That base right here is a level 5 base. Now, if you click on it, it gives you the stats on a level 5 base. As you see, garrison takes less damage, 90%. The reason it's 90% and not 91 is because the base has taken some damage, which I am repairing it. But it gives you plus 23 morale development, which means any troops there are healed over time. Plus, it negates 91% incoming damage. So he may have 50,000 troops by the time he gets to you, but if you have anything more than 50,000, you're going to win, because it negates 91% damage. It's all strategy. It's all strategy. You got to know what you're doing. Read the rules. Read how the game goes. I didn't know this. This is my first match. This is my first match in this game. I downloaded the game, immediately jumped in, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have many resources. I need more. This guy doesn't have any. He didn't have any bases. I'm going to attack this guy. And I moved north. Kept going north. Kept going north. Now, he did eventually start pissing me off because he kept kind of... I would, like, before I figured out how many troops you really needed to be in a specific location, he kept, I would leave like 2 troops in a location. You have to have at least 6,000 troops in an area, 6 to 7 in an area you capture, because if you capture a territory, as you'll see here, you see in the bottom left, it says morale, right? A territory has a morale. If your territory is less than 25%, or even less than that, 50%, and you have very few units there, the territory can literally revolt, and your troops become their troops. So I didn't know that, so whenever I had like 2,000 men at like all these little bases over here at the time, I would go, you know, stop playing the game and I'd come back, and then all of a sudden, bam, I go back and how did he get the territory again? Where did my soldiers go? My soldiers were taken over because I didn't know you had to put more troops there. You know, it's all fun. Now, another reason why I have so few troops here is because the only way they can get through any of this is to come past all of my territory just to get here. So I don't need very many troops there. It's the interior. Just like I don't need many troops in these little middle areas. You need troops on borders. So this is the border between me and the northern United States. I have a lot. I have a heavy tank. I have 2 armored vehicles. I have a light tank. I have 190,000 troops, and I have artillery covering every entrance to my neighbor. So if they get close, they're going to start getting hammered. Same thing here. They could come at me from this direction. It's going to be a long march, and I have artillery strategically placed where if they get within that distance, they're done for. They're being hammered while it happens. Now, you can also move your artillery. So I can tap on it and click move, and then tap where I want it to go, and it will move wherever I want it to go. I don't want to move that unit because it's right where I want it to be right now. But that is the name of the game. You cover your borders, you put a level 5. Now see, there's no roads going to my capital from my enemy. There's no way they can cross over. They have to go through this bottleneck, which is why I have so many troops there and artillery to support. Same thing for this location. I don't have as many troops, but the reason I don't have as many troops is because it's a much longer march from their base, which is right here, all the way over here. That's a long ass walk before they can even get into my territory. At which point, I will have either brought more troops over or I will have reinforced it with artillery. Plus, check this out. Once I get my railroad bit built here, I can move my railgun and it can hammer the shit out of that area, because that orb will get closer the further I go right. Now that I've explained that, we're going to get an idea of what is going on. So right now, my battleship, ships, there's 2 there, have stopped firing because there's no troops there. But I can piss this guy off by doing this. Attacking his empty base and destroying his fort. You see, in Washington, there's that little sign right there. That little circle with the red X, that's his flag, that's his capital. And there's just a little circle at the bottom of the flag. That means he has no base. Oh, I just destroyed his base. You see that little diamond that was there and it disappeared? I just destroyed his base. It's great. Okay, so that is that. I will hop back on in a bit. Actually, is my plane there yet? My plane is home. Now, let me use this baby. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. Bam. So now my plane is off. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's going to go and it's going to attack. Whee! Now, there is one thing you have to keep in mind. Your soldiers don't attack constantly. Nothing attacks constantly. It has an attack period. Most attacks happen about every 16 to 17 minutes. For example, I just attacked this guy's territory with my ship right over here, right? 15 minutes. Now, since I destroyed his base, I'm going to cease fire. Stop. Because I don't need to attack his base anymore. It doesn't have a fort, which means any troops that he puts there, like these guys, will instantly get hit and there's no defense. That is also why artillery is the best policy. You can hit them from the sea. You can hit them from the land. You can hit them from the air. Yes, yes. And then what's great is your troops don't get killed. I don't understand why people don't do this more often. It is the best, smartest thing you can do. You are therefore using intelligent moves. Why would you sacrifice 50,000 men to kill his 50,000? Because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Even if you attack with a force of 300,000 men, his 50,000 men can still take out 50,000 of yours. That's 50,000 in losses. Now, if you check the news, we're going to go to today, you will see all of the losses he has sustained since the beginning of the war. Because I'm smart and I use artillery, he has lost 1.1 million troops. I've only lost 15,000. That is because I'm smart, and it's better to hit from afar, like a sniper rifle or an archer, than to just march your troops in and get them massacred. Because you only can get one troop per in-game day per territory. It takes forever to build more forces, so why sacrifice them? All right, now that that's done, I'm going to hang out for just a bit longer because I want you to see what happens when this guy right here attacks this territory. I bet he's going to run. Or he's going to go north and try to attack my nearest base. I don't know. He's probably going to be like, ah! Now, something to keep in mind. These planes, they have health bars just like everything. So when I go to attack him, I can only attack him so much before he has attacked me and I've lost a lot of health. At which point you want to ground your air unit back at the airfield so it can regenerate health. Now you can spend money in the game. The game gives you what they call gold coins. If you see that little plus at the very top of my screen, that's the gold coin area. The game gives you some when you first start it, and you can actually spend real live money in the real world on this game to get more gold, but I'm not doing that. I did that on my pirate game, and yeah, I spent way too much than I should have. I can't fix my motorcycle as a result, so I'm saving up again. Yay me! But you don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm not doing that mistake again. So, we can only attack so much. Now, it already has 84% out of 100% because I forced marched it over here to the airfield. So, forced marching cuts your time down by a third. So, say it's going to take 3 hours, it'll cut it down to 2 hours. It doesn't seem like much. Oh, that's no big deal. But in certain situations, that is crucial. Like if someone's about to attack you, or attack a certain position and you don't have many troops there, and you have a bunch of troops to get there, it could be the difference between your troops getting there in time to defend them and give you better odds of winning, or you losing that position and that territory to the enemy. So I forced marched the plane to that airfield, and now it's at 84%. It's okay, it's out there in the world. We're going to see how many troops he has at this... Well, okay. Another thing is, if they have a fortress there, you can't see, if it's above a level 1, you can't see how many troops they have there. But once I start bombarding him, he's going to be pissed off. It's going to elicit a response, most likely. He's probably going to start attacking me from that base. So, he's walking into a killing field. Hence why I set up my defenses. It's pretty much foolproof. Now, he could be smart, really smart, and stop screwing around and just put all his forces into one area, such as this, where he has his factory. He could then buff it up to level 5, which is exactly what I would do, then start cranking out tanks, artillery, railguns, everything. Start cranking it all out constantly. That way, when the time comes, he's got a crazy hard defense from all sides and an offense if he chooses to attack. But he apparently isn't as smart as me. Anyway, you might actually get to see me demolish some more forces here. Let's see what the range of my battle is. Okay. Still not within range, but that's okay. Once he does, my battleship will automatically start attacking. But we're going to hang out for a minute. Let's see, what time? These guys have 13 minutes till they're in that position. This guy has 6 minutes till he's in that position, but that's still not close enough. That one is, but not this one. Oh, I have about, excuse me, 10 minutes on this plane. Yes, literally 9 minutes, 53 seconds. I'm good. So, let's see how this goes. Something awesome is that I just started streaming my phone. It's really cool. So now I can actually start streaming my pirate game for your guys' viewing pleasure if you are interested. Now I know it's a mobile game and it's not that exciting. You know, especially this game, it takes time. You're watching for a lot of period of time. You're hearing me mumble and talk to myself, whatever. But it's still fun. I'm going to probably start streaming my pirate game. I don't really play it that much because it takes a lot of time. You pretty much have to be on almost all day, periodically, to do things, to gather resources, to attack other people, to level up, build your bases and the parts of your base up. Excuse me. And it's a fun game, but I've played it so much, I'm honestly burnt out. But I can't stop playing because I've actually been stupid and spent real money. And I don't want to just stop playing the game because then everything that I've spent the money on to get in the game is going to get ruined and destroyed and lost. So I'm not going to do that. I play it once to twice a day now. Not very much, but just enough to kind of keep up with some maintenance. But I'll probably show you guys that at a later time. Let's see. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. I have 8 minutes. Yeah, baby. World War II was totally high school drama. Ha ha. That's funny. Sorry, I just read your comment. This is World War I. This isn't World War II. World War II was a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, World War II was... was it Duke Ferdinand or whatever? You know, Anastasia and all those. That was the beginning of the war when he was assassinated. That was the beginning of World War II. And Hitler. Now, I say a fun fact. I call them fun facts about anything, but, you know, Hitler didn't always have political motivations. Before that, he was in the army. He wanted to be a painter. He joined the army because his dad was in the army. And, you know, he kind of did it. And then he wasn't a great soldier. He was actually a loner. He didn't really have friends. He spent all his time drawing in the corner every time they were garrisoned anywhere. But one day, he was hit with mustard gas. And his entire platoon was hit with mustard gas, and he could not see. He was actually blinded. So they shipped him and some of his platoon off to a military hospital. Part of what happened was he was so shocked and just stunned by the fact that he could not see. He's an artist. He wants to paint. Now he's lost the sight of, the ability to see. He started to panic. He actually went through a mental breakdown. But there was a doctor, Dr. Forster there, who was actually a very, I guess you could say, high-ranking doctor, especially pushing the edges of the field of psychology. And he had a strategy to bring people back using discipline. What he did, which this is many people's opinion who know about this, what caused Hitler to go and then all of a sudden start becoming the power maniac he is. The doctor, Dr. Forster, was actually obsessed with, he was a patriot. He was all for the country. Germany, Germany, Germany. So what he did was he instilled a military discipline and military mindset into a now cracked Hitler. Hitler had broken down and had a mental breakdown. He wasn't there. So this doctor built him back up mentally, but under the, brainwashing of a super yay Germany soldier. So once he got out, he instantly got into politics. Germany, 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 Germany. Forward, forward, forward. We are going to become the next power. We are going to get our place back in the world. That is what started Hitler on his crazed power mission. All because he was hit with mustard gas, went temporarily blind, and this doctor strategy of recuperation and recuperation and basically reprogramming to rehabilitate soldiers. He put his own views in there and made Hitler super country, super patriotic, super Germany. He created the monster that really took World War II to a whole different level. Yeah, the power of psychology. All right, we're getting close. We got what, 2 minutes? 3 minutes, okay. I'm about to start whacking him. Now the thing with... Oh, sorry, I'm checking your stuff, yeah. Beep, beep, beep. The thing with this game is you can control the tactics, the power, the way a unit, it's called fire control. You can tell them to, like this, hold fire, or they only bombard enemies only when ordered to, or return fire only if attacked. Fire at will, which means if someone gets in range, no matter where they are, they attack them. Offensive, they start attacking anybody that's within range, no matter where they are. Whether if they're within range of an ally, they immediately start doing. Now aggressive, start by finding any neutral or enemy in range. This one, offensive, only attacks enemies. And that's something good because I am so close to the North United States, and as I said, I'm not at this time interested in attacking them. Wow, this guy's sending troops to their death. Actually, I can attack. Boop. Bam. I just killed that troop. Ha ha ha. All right, that guy just lost 1,000 troops, and all I had to do was click a button. Let's check the news. Yeah, let's see the newest one. 11:27 p.m. Oh, this isn't updated. That's okay. There we go. I just destroyed the 6th Infantry Brigade. Nice. Check the plane. 38 seconds. Now, it's not like you're going to see some giant explosion or something. It's just, it's going to attack in a few seconds. Now, the fighter doesn't have that much damage against buildings, so it's not going to do much. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, attack! Like I said, you don't see anything. But at some point, my plane will turn around and go, oh! He's got a tank! Ah! I learned something! He's got a tank! He's got 2 horse units, cavalry. He's got a tank, and it's not even a heavy tank. It doesn't do much damage against air, which is good for me. Very good for me. Because he doesn't have artillery, idiot. Love it! He's an idiot! Oh, he's an idiot. Now, he could have planes here and there. If he does, he could be attacking me. He could probably attack this base, to be honest. But I have artillery there, and I've got 2 more pieces of artillery about to be there to back him up. So, if he does, these guys don't do that much artillery. What does... Okay. Is that too good for air? No. That doesn't do shit for air. What about the soldiers? Huh? Okay, well apparently this game is broken. Nothing is really good against air. Artillery's good, but it's not great. But I just revealed his position. Yeah. What did I tell you? Oh my God. What did I tell you? See this? He's sending his troops to come attack me. I told you it would elicit a response. Oh my God. I'm too damn good at this game. Oh my God, I'm too damn good. I told you it would get him to most likely react. And what happened? I attacked it, and now he's sending a tank, two cavalry units, and 3,000 troops to attack my position. Which he's going to regret, because like I said, artillery and artillery. Actually, should I split these guys off, put one here and one there? That way they're both 2, or should I put that there? I don't know. Because I can't use this guy yet, I will put them all 3 here, because I need as much right here as possible. So yeah, I'll leave it there, because I know for a fact that, especially now that I've got my plane attacking them, they're going to be in trouble. Let's see what the health is. I'm still at 84, so they didn't do any damage. And my plane's going to keep attacking them, which is hilarious. Or I could just have it attack the base, which I think I will do. Attack base. Except, yeah. It's not even going to worry with the tank. It's just going to keep hitting the base. Because once that happens, I can then take that once the base is gone and the men are gone, oh yeah, it's good. Good. He only has 1,000 men there, so, huh. This is a fun game. I'm good at this game. Oh man. But didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I told you that it would elicit a response. And it did. He's going to try to attack me. Go into my killing field. Again. Like an idiot. Okay. Is it close enough? Almost. This guy's almost as well. Anyway, now you got the gist of it. I'm going to let it do its thing. And thanks you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good night.